Ladies and gentlemen, I always thought the stories that came out of Florida were bizarre and always over the top, but some of these Texas stories are neck and neck with it. Now, this is a story that came out September 7th, 2018. Dallas officer enters apartment she mistakes for her own, fatally shoots man inside. So now police officers don't know where they live. Does this even sound right? She went to an apartment that she mistaked for her own, and she just killed the man that was inside the apartment that belonged there. And of course, it's a black man. Are we surprised about that? No. So let's go ahead and listen to this video. And it's painful listening to some of these police accounts of things because we all know they're full of crap. But let's go ahead and listen.
Just before 10 p.m., a Dallas officer called police dispatch saying that she had just been involved in a shooting at these apartment complex in the 1200 block of South Lamar. Now, preliminary information suggests that the officer was in full uniform and just finished working a full shift. And then she reported to responding officers that when she came home, she entered into the victim's apartment believing it was her own apartment. And at some point, she pulled her weapon and shot the victim. The responding officers administered aid to the 26-year-old male victim until the paramedics arrived, at which time he was transported to an area hospital where he was pronounced deceased.
You said the belief is that this officer went into what she believed was her own apartment, but it was not. It was a different apartment in the building, and this person who is now dead was inside there at the time?
That is correct. That's what preliminary information is suggesting at this time.
Intruder in her apartment?
Well, I won't go into that information right now. I mean, we have not interviewed her, and this is just, like I said, this is just a preliminary statement. We still have a lot to do in this investigation. So there's a lot of information I understand you guys want, but this is all we can give you at this time.
Oh my goodness, y'all.
The teenager who was caught on
we have heard so much madness from police officers. Is it far-fetched that this one is just insane to me? This person, to me, you would think a cop would be even more observant of their surroundings. How do you walk into an apartment and it's the wrong apartment, and then you turn around and shoot the person in there and you're in the wrong apartment? Didn't the furniture not look like yours? I'm just saying, this seems kind of insane to me for this person to even be a cop. You don't know where you live and you're a cop? A Dallas man was killed late Thursday when a police officer returning home from shift entered the wrong apartment in her building and eventually opened fire, authorities say. So did she try to have a dialogue with the person that was in the apartment? Or did she just go in there guns a-blazing? Because that's what it sounds like to me. It sounds like she just immediately went to gunfire. Did you try to say something to that person? Maybe if you would have had a brief dialogue, you would have realized you were at the wrong apartment, if you're that stupid. Details surrounding the death of Botham Shem Jean, a 26-year-old native of St. Lucia, so he's from the islands, were not immediately available early Friday. His mother, Allie Jean, said in a phone interview from her St. Lucia home that his family was stunned to learn of his death. He did no one any wrong, she said. Dallas police in a statement said that preliminary information suggests the officer involved called for help and told responding officers she entered the victim's apartment believing that it was her own. The incident began just before 10 p.m. Central Time at the South Side Flats, an upscale apartment complex directly south of Dallas downtown. During the encounter, the officer was in full uniform and fired her weapon, striking the victim, police said. Gene, he probably pronounced it John, because I realize, they may spell it and it looks like Gene, but they pronounce it John in the islands, was taken to the hospital and died. That's a damn shame. She killed this 26-year-old for nothing. The Dallas County medical examiner later released his identity. Oh my God. She killed this brother for nothing. Even if you walked in the apartment and you saw someone you didn't recognize, you didn't try to say nothing. You just pulled the gun out and killed them. First of all, this officer, whoever she is, she's dumb. And her name should not be hidden. Release her name. Show who she is. Don't protect her. The officer was not immediately identified and was being placed on administrative leave during the investigation. At a news conference early Friday, Dallas Police Sergeant Warren Mitchell said they had yet to interview the officer and would not speculate as to whether she mistakenly entered another apartment and believed the man already inside was an intruder. Y'all, I'm just not buying this story. I'm not buying this story, y'all. Even if she thought the man inside was an intruder, you are a police officer. You don't know how to open your mouth and have a dialogue with the person that's in the apartment, and you're a cop? We still have a lot to do in this investigation, Mitchell added. Allie John said her son lived at a gated apartment complex and had no reason not to trust anyone who was at his door. This story don't sound right, y'all. It just does not sound right. It don't sound right to me. He was that kind of person, she said. Now, my question is also, was this door locked or unlocked? Did she just barge in there? But she questioned how the situation could have escalated to her son's shooting. That's a very good question, because this article does not detail if there was any exchange. Did she speak to him? He could have easily have told her, this is my apartment. You entered my apartment. So if she was in the wrong apartment, just a little bit of dialogue would have cleared that up. Why resort to a gun first? Shooting a gun first. And see, this is why no one likes American cops today, because y'all always go to the most extreme thing first. That's why I don't even call y'all. I try to, whatever issue I have, I try to resolve it myself. I don't even want no cops involved. Somebody has to be crazy not to realize that they walked into the wrong apartment. That's what I'm saying. He's a bachelor. Things are different inside. Exactly what I'm saying. When you walked in that apartment, didn't you notice that was not your furniture? Didn't you notice there was something different about the apartment inside from yours? Oh my God, this officer sounds like the dumbest cop in America. And if you try your key, it doesn't work. That should make you realize you're in the wrong apartment, she added. Every door for each apartment is also numbered. Allie John said she would speak with her son daily, usually before 10 p.m., but thought he might be out after she didn't hear from him. You know what? I'm going to say this one more time. If you're thinking about living in the U.S., and especially if you are a Black immigrant, don't come here. America is not a safe place. America is very dangerous. The cops here shoot first, ask questions later. They don't care. They don't care if they kill unarmed people. They don't care if the unarmed person is a man, woman, or child. They have no regard for that. In fact, I'll go as far as saying the average cop in America has no regard for human life. Period. They're animals with badges. She remembered her son, who was nicknamed Bo, as a top student at St. Lucia, who loved serving as a song leader in church. She said he graduated from Harding University in Arkansas in 2016 and then remained in the U.S. after getting an internship at PricewaterhouseCoopers in Dallas, where he worked in a risk assurance department. We were very, very close, Allie John said. We would talk about everything, about politics. Botham loved everyone and everyone loved him. His sister Alicia, Charles Finley, had spoken to him before his death as well. My brother is my best friend, she said. My heart is broken beyond repair. So this dumb cop walked into the wrong goddamn apartment and shot this innocent brother. How dumb. I don't care what nobody says. She should have realized she was in the wrong apartment. Most people don't have the same exact matching furniture arranged the same exact way. Wow. They need to release who this police officer was. They really need to show her face. Please tell me what you think, ladies and gentlemen. Please leave your comment and subscribe. Don't forget to hit on the notification bell. And I'll see you on the next video. This is a total disgrace. Peace, family.